What's up, YouTube? If you don't know me, my name is Robert Alexander, better known on the streets of Instagram and TikTok as Hair by Ra, and I am coming to you today live, well, not live, but from my manifestation, the life that I've manifested for myself. And I say that because just 6 months ago, I was in a mindset of lack, and I could not believe that the things that I'm doing today were even achievable. But I knew that I wanted more. And over these past 6 months, I've been working my plan, keeping my head down to apply these things to my life. That being said, one of the things that I started was my program online. It's called the 5-Star Stylist. It is a membership where hairstylists contribute to a community that we're all building together to figure out pain points as hairstylists so that we can create solutions to perform better. But what matters most to me is that we are well individually, because as good as we are is as good as we can give to others. So that being said, I just want to share a couple small things that I teach about in my community. And the first thing is developing your self-worth. I know, that's pretty heavy. We about to go right into it. But this is important to me because what you attract is a direct reflection of what you believe you are worthy of. And once upon a time, I came from a mindset of believing that in order to get what I wanted, I had to struggle for it. There was so much sacrifice that needed to happen in order for me to get the thing. And I was right 100% of the time. But the minute I started to believe that I'm worthy of these things, they're going to come to me because they're already mine, my life changed. And you hear people say this all the time. And I remember hearing things like that and honestly being annoyed, because it's like, oh, really? Is that easy? So you just believe it and it happens? Yeah. That's kind of how it goes. You have to put effort behind what you do 100% of the time, but you also have to believe that the effort is going to yield the result. And it's more complex than that even. You have to have a plan, and you have to work that plan, and you have to be willing to kill anything that is going to compromise that, whether it be unhealthy relationships, whether it be unhealthy habits, whether it be unhealthy belief systems, whether it be someone in your ear telling you that you can't. Those things have to die, I'm telling you now. So that being said, this week I just wanted to share a little bit of how I was able to shift that mentality for myself. So I would have to say the very first thing that I did, which was pretty scary, was invest in myself. And I had to convince myself and sit with myself and say, yo, the money that you spend is not going out of the window. Actually, let's say that it is going out of the window. The money that I spend has gone out of the window, but it's a bird. And it's going to retrieve the things that I need, and it's going to come back to me with those things. And so in the past 6 months, I've probably invested well over $2,000 in education, and it has come back to me and some. And the point of me saying this is, when you make good investments, that's what an investment is. It comes back to you. And I started to invest in my education. I thought to myself, yes, what I'm doing for my clients is phenomenal. They're happy, but how can we take this thing to the next level? How can we continue to elevate? How can we make it even better year after year? It's been 15 years. I don't want to be that type of stylist who does the same thing for years. I want it to always be evolved, even if it is the same few methods. I want them to always be evolved. And so that being said, I did something really scary, and I committed to mentorship. And first things first, it was the mentorship. And I got in close proximity with multimillionaires because I wanted to hear how they think. I wanted to study their behaviors. I wanted to look at their morning routines. I wanted to see what I was doing differently and what I could possibly change to shift my mentality, because that matters fundamentally. Nothing matters more than that, the mentality. And then the next level was self-worth and worthiness. The little bit that I'm thinking is reaching too high is people's lunch money. $1,000 in a week is people's lunch money. It's it's so ridiculously attainable. And in my program, I break down to the penny how you're able to do something like that. I started to look at people like Myron Golden is just one example, who says that he had a $30 million year and someone laughed at him. Like, not literally laughed, but kind of was just like, oh, okay, that's what you did, okay. Because that was so small to them. And then it started to make me realize infinity has no ceiling. You can go as high as you want. Whatever the number is, you can make it happen as long as you break it down. We got 12 months in a year. We have about 4 weeks in every month. We have about 5 or 4 to 5 days that we're going to work in a week. And then we got about 6 to 8 hours in those days that we're going to work. What do we need to make every hour to make a certain amount of money every day that equals a certain amount of money every week, that makes a certain amount of money every month, that equals the bottom line that we desire in a year? That's the math. That's reverse engineering. And if you're able to do that, not if, and because you're able to do that, you can achieve anything you want. There is a system in place that already exists. There is someone that you can pay to come into your life and do the job that you need done so that you can continue to grow. But you have to what? Invest. And so I don't even want to get too far into details today. I just want to shift the mentality for someone who is fearful of investing. Now, do you need to vet where you put your money, where you spend your money? Absolutely. You can't just blindly throw money out the window and say, come back to me. I don't think it works like that. But when you look at someone who is talking about doing the things that you want to do and you decide to put money behind them to pour back into you, that's what makes it easy. You don't even have to think about that. If I see Tiana, and Tiana is a multi-millionaire and she has $20,000 months because of her hair skills and her products, and she's a one-woman show, Tiana, name your price, because I need to sit at the table with you. I need to talk to you. So what is it going to cost for us to talk? What is it going to cost for us to connect? That's what matters to me. Ooh, okay, Tiana, 5,000? Girl, that's crazy. That's crazy money. Okay, all right. That number is not changing. Tiana's firm on her $5,000. So what can I do to get there? Well, I could get a loan. That's a little bit scary. Interest rates. Okay. Yeah, I could save. I could save. How long would it take me to save with my current habits? Well, I mean, I'm pretty tight. Every dollar I make, I'm spending. All right, let's talk about it. What am I spending those dollars on? Well, I do Uber Eats twice a day. I'm spending about $30 for dinner every night, $20 for lunch. That's $50 a day right there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's $250 a week right there. That's $1,000 right there. If I just started cooking. Okay, there's one. What else? Well, I got all these subscriptions, HBO Max and all that, all of that stuff. Okay, maybe we could probably cut a little bit of TV back. I mean, it's not a bad idea anyway. I need to be focused on my work, so maybe let's cut some of those subscriptions. $30 a year a month. $20 there, another 30, another 20. That's $100 a month right there. We're building, we're growing. All right, cool, cool, cool. And that's wonderful. So we're cutting losses at that point. But also, what can we do with what we have to make the bottom line fuller? And I said it in that order because if you make the bottom line fuller without checking where you're bleeding, then you're just going to continue to bleed and you're going to continue to waste your hard-earned money. So let's refine our relationship with money first, and then let's decide how to build higher. You don't want to build on a sloppy foundation. So let's stack the cards tight, and then let's add more decks, right? And that being said, in my program, I teach you how to leverage the skills that you already have to elevate the experience, to make your bottom line fuller, and not in a way that anyone loses, because my favorite game is when everybody wins. That's my favorite game. And so with the clients you have and with the skills you have, there is a way to get to that goal of giving Tiana, is that the name I said? Her $5,000, because once she gets it, she's gonna unlock all types of treasures that you can't even fathom. And it's gonna come back to you in such a way that you're gonna laugh at the days when you didn't make 5 figures in a month. That's just an example, y'all. But it's important to do the work, because if you were just given those 5-figure a month incomes without good habits, you will become someone who squanders 5 figures every single month. And then you might even get to 6-figure months. Let's just talk real crazy for a second. Now you're making 6-figure months, but because your habits are so bad, you're still squandering your money, and you will continue to have to work hard for it. There's another method, there's another choice to shift your mentality and change your relationship with money, where you respect it and it respects you. It goes out into the world, it collects all the things that you need, and it comes back and it says, what would you like me to do next? And that is what I want for my membership, for my community in the 5-Star Stylist program. That is what you all deserve. That's what I want for you all. So that being said, I'm gonna keep this video short. Anything that stood out to you, I want you to pause the video, think about it, talk about it, comment below. And if there's anything that you absolutely loved, you can message me privately. You can email me at ra@hairbyra.com. And until next time, let's keep this conversation going and create an entire league of 5-star stylists. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.